Well, it's May 15th. We're having a little work bee. Try to work on the old LaFrance, and then basically what we're doing is, when I talked about in the previous video how this was parked in a garage where they painted snow plows, we got a lot of overspray, so we're cleaning up the chrome and all the metal pieces, basically just with steel wool and a little bit of buffing compound. So there's Mark. Mark's side looks awesome. There's Ryan. We picked him up at Home Depot right out in front. Said he'd work cheap, so that's good. Hard to understand him, but other than that, it's not. He works pretty good. So that's what we're doing. All the lights are working now. Sirens and everything are working. We took off all the metal pieces that we could, so we can tape them off and when we start sanding. So once we get all the metal cleaned today, we will we're gonna fix the fenders, and then we'll sand it down and I guess get it ready for paint. So other than that, it's a long, slow process, but it's starting to get there. Well, just a little disclaimer. This by no means is an instructional video. I have no auto body experience, no painting experience, not a lot of mechanical experience. Just passion to see something kind of get fixed up that deserves to be saved. So the city doesn't have any money to fix it up, so I'm trying to do the best I can in the garage, and everybody's trying to pitch in where they can to help save the old truck. So that's pretty much our project. Well, it's May 24th. We're coming into Memorial Day weekend, and I brought the old fire truck home because I'm trying to get a head start on some body work. So ran fine, no complaints there. I think what I'm going to start out with today is, it's so bright out here, having trouble seeing the viewfinder, but I'm going to weld this up and maybe put a little Bondo on it. And other than that, that fender's not too bad, but it definitely has a split here. I can't remember what they said happened there, but somebody hit something and cracked it. So let's see if I can't weld that up and I guess start from there. Well, I've tried to straighten it out and line it up as best I can. So it's kind of a big gap. If you look, I don't know if I can get underneath with the tripod on, but it's kind of a big gap. I don't know how that's going to weld, but let's see. I ended up cutting a piece of metal to clamp underneath that brake. That was too much of a gap to try to fill in. So I'm going to tack that there so I can take away the clamp. getting there. Probably gonna run another pass on it, maybe from here to here. There's a small hole there and a small hole there. I'll grind that down, and then I'm gonna feather out some more of this paint, and I'm gonna get it ready for some body filler. Okay, I got a thin layer of body filler on, and I'm going to let that dry, maybe shape it a little bit, and then put another thin layer on. Well, I got another thin coat of Bondo on, and since I had a few minutes before I dried, I hit this with 400 grit on with the DA, and I put some spot putty in the big chips. Now Tim is here to take some evidence pictures. This is some quality stuff here. We have pictures of this. I've taken some pictures and video, but we just want to make sure that we have everything we need, because I've already erased some lines with the DA, and if we get this hand painted again, we just want to make sure that we have everything all kosher, and try to make it look as as original as possible. So Tim's going to take some good quality pictures. Well, that's the third and final coat of Bondo I think I'll need right there. Put a little Bondo down there. It's kind of a hard area to get into, but I figured I'd smooth out. There was a nice dent there. I figured I'd smooth that out. And I've got spot putty on some of the bigger areas that needed it on the fender. Other than that, I've got this whole area done with 400 grit. Most of the fender done with 400 grit. I'm just going to, it's getting late, it's taking longer than I thought. I'm gonna smooth all this off, and then I'm gonna wipe it down. I'm gonna hit the bare parts in the Bondo with some filler primer, and then this section is ready to be kind of hand done, which I'm hoping to get some help with that to get in the areas that the DA couldn't get into. I'm hoping to get about 6 guys hand sanding in areas with wet sanding. So that's what I'm hoping. So get this sanded down. I did get reinforcements at the store. Yeah, I know it's not very manly beer, but I'm on a diet. So I got some reinforcements there, and I got about a good 45 minutes of cleanup too. So, all right. I hit everything with 400 grit. Tried to smooth it off a little bit, and I thought my body work was acceptable, but then you go and you prime it and you notice I got a little bit more work to do. Nothing too major, just a little more sanding to try to recreate this body line that was right there. I filled that in, and it's noticeable now that it's not there in that section. So I think I can do that with some sandpaper by hand, maybe a touch more spot putty. But other than that, now this is my plan as of right now. From here to here can be hand sanded. We're gonna have to hand sand all in there. Places I can't get the DA, all around the gauges. We can sand that, spot putty, do whatever. And I figure, you got a bunch of guys here working on it. Might be able to get that done reasonably quick, and maybe while they're doing from here to here, I can get done this damn middle section. This thing has a 12-cylinder motor in it. Thing's huge. There's no way I'd be able to lift up the hood, but this thing has a 12-cylinder engine in it. It's just got tons of power. It's a great motor, but I guess I'm gonna have to get in there, and this is almost gonna have to be painted separate. I'm not even sure how you would do that inside, but I can get from here, to the front and work on this fender while they're hand sanding. That's my plan. So, and another problem area, we had a wooden bed back here. There's a wooden bed that the hoses lay on back here, and this area is pretty bad. I wonder if I just don't sand the living piss out of that with 80 grit, and we literally brush on black Rust-Oleum. I don't think it would look too bad if we painted the inside of this black. I really don't. It'll have the wooden frame thing back in it where the hose lays on. We could paint that red if we wanted to, or even paint that black. So we'll see. I'll run it by the powers that be and see what they think. So I don't think they'll have a problem with it. Fender is definitely 100% better, but we need to make it about 125% better. As I say, we get that body line back in, and we'll be okay. So somebody really dinged it. I don't know what they hit to, but that's thick metal, and they cut it, so just ripped it. So, but other than that, we can start from here to here. Literally, probably even tape up the gauges as we go. I don't know. So we'll wipe it all down, sand it, wipe it down again, spot putty any areas that need it, tape it off, and get this section done. And that'd be awesome if we got one section done. So, no, it's I like it. Well, my police escort is here. Hey, you're gonna have to, can you back up on the street, and then, because I can't even see to back up.
Okay.
You know, if I can't see traffic or anything. Ready? Yeah, and you just blow the siren if I gotta stop. Or if anything falls off. Yeah, this is gonna be great. Yeah, we took the side mirrors off. Kind of regretting that. Ugh. Maybe there. Come on. Oh, that's not reverse. There's reverse. There we go. Come on. Well, I just asked Roger Irie how the gash in the fender got there. So Roger, how'd it happen?
Dave Neville was coming back from a fire one day. He had been coming out of the back part of the parking lot around City Hall, and as he made the corner, the brakes went out on the truck, and the back corner took out the corner of the DPW building. So that's what happened.
Nice.
Yep.
So it was Dave Neville was driving.
Correct.
Who has since passed, was a good man.
Yep.
So, well, good. That's good to know. A little bit of history there.